We begin by setting the scene. The final miracle of Jesus before his crucifixion does not occur in isolation. It unfolds at the culmination of a ministry filled with teaching, healing, and signs that point to a deeper claim. This last miracle, often identified as the raising of Lazarus, the washing of the disciples' feet, or the institution of the Eucharist, depending on tradition, must be understood in context. Chronologically, it happens in the shadow of mounting opposition from religious authorities and the growing resolve of Jesus to face Jerusalem. Theologically, it serves as a capstone that crystallizes his identity, mission, and the nature of the kingdom he proclaimed. Why does this final wonder matter? First, it functions as a public testimony. In the days leading up to his arrest, Jesus' actions are both a revelation and a deliberate signpost directing attention to life, service, and sacrificial love rather than political revolt. This miracle amplifies themes woven throughout the gospel narratives: authority over death, the inversion of worldly power, and the call to radical self-giving. For believers, it is a hinge moment that links Jesus' miracles to his impending passion, suggesting that the power demonstrated in wonder will be fulfilled supremely in the cross and resurrection. Concrete examples clarify its significance. If we consider the raising of Lazarus, the miracle foreshadows Jesus' victory over death and precipitates the plot to kill him, showing how revelation provokes response. If we take the foot washing in John's account, the act becomes a practical theology of servanthood, modeling humility for leaders and disciples across generations. In liturgical practice, the Eucharist, instituted at the Last Supper, becomes a continual sacramental participation in Jesus' self-offering, central to Christian worship worldwide. Scholars and theologians weigh in. Some argue the final miracle is primarily soteriological, pointing to redemption. Others emphasize its ethical imperative, calling the church to emulate Jesus' servant love. Critics or alternative viewpoints remind us that gospel writers shape these narratives for theological ends, so historical reconstruction remains debated. Finally, this last miracle connects to other aspects of the Passion story: prophecy fulfillment, communal response, and the escalation toward crucifixion. It ties together Jesus' message and method, power expressed as love, authority as service, and defeat leading to ultimate vindication. That interplay is what gives the final miracle its enduring gravity in Christian thought and practice. We begin by looking at what the sources actually are. The four canonical Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, plus extra biblical references in early Christian writings and a handful of non-Christian historians. Each gospel provides an account of Jesus' final days that includes a last miracle before his crucifixion, but they do not always agree on which miracle comes last, how it is described, or what significance the evangelist intends. Defining these sources helps us understand both the events as reported and the theological messages those authors wanted to convey. In Matthew and Mark, the narrative arc emphasizes Jesus' public teaching, conflict with authorities, and a series of healings and signs that culminate in the Passion. Luke, with his particular concern for compassion and social reversal, frames the final miracles in ways that highlight mercy and inclusion. John's Gospel stands apart. It arranges signs to point unmistakably to Jesus' identity as the Son of God, and places particular weight on the timing and symbolism of his actions in the hours before the cross. Outside these four, early church fathers like Justin Martyr and Irenaeus quote gospel traditions, and Roman historians such as Tacitus and Jewish writers like Josephus provide external confirmation of Jesus' existence and execution, though they do not document the miracles themselves. Why these variations matter? Differences in detail, who was healed, where it happened, whether Jesus performed one more public sign before entering Jerusalem, or whether a private healing occurred in Bethany, affect theological interpretation and liturgical use. For example, John's description of Jesus raising Lazarus shortly before his entry into Jerusalem frames the triumphal entry as a response to a profound, unmistakable sign of power over death. In contrast, synoptic placements can make the final miracle appear earlier or emphasize healing as a continuous ministry rather than a climactic event. Specific examples include the Lazarus story in John, often treated as the last great sign, and Luke's account of healings among the crowd before the Passion, which underscore Jesus' ongoing compassion. Scholarly opinions vary. Some argue John's chronology is theological rather than strictly historical. Others defend its historical memory. Critics point to textual variance and differing oral traditions as reasons for discrepancies, while defenders highlight each evangelist's distinct purpose and audience. These source differences connect to broader questions about historical reliability, theological emphasis, and how communities remember Jesus. Issues that shape everything from sermon preparation to scholarly reconstructions of the final week of Jesus' life. We find ourselves in Jerusalem, a city of stone streets, courtyards, and crowded marketplaces, a place braided with expectation and tension. The scene is set in the days leading up to the crucifixion, when Jesus is moving deliberately toward the full weight of what is to come. The setting for this last public miracle is not a grand temple hall, but a humble space that becomes charged with spiritual and human significance. An upper room, a roadside, a courtyard, or immediately outside the city, depending on the gospel account, but always within earshot of those who have been following him. The air is thick with dust and the chatter of pilgrims. The light is slanting, as if the world itself knows something monumental is near. At the center stands Jesus, the focal figure by intention and by others' gaze. He is weary from a week of teaching and travel, yet resolute, fully present to the needs around him. His demeanor is both compassionate and authoritative. He speaks with the calm urgency of someone who fully understands the stakes. His presence anchors the scene: teacher, healer, friend, the one who will soon be judged and executed. Close to him are his disciples: Peter, whose impulsive loyalty reveals both devotion and frailty; James and John, more intimate in their following, wrestling with ambition and fear; and others, Matthew, Andrew, Philip, Thomas, each carrying their own hopes, doubts, and misunderstandings. Their responses will range from awe to confusion, showing how varied human reactions can be in the face of the divine. Their proximity underscores the miracle's role as teaching as much as healing. Also present are women followers, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and others, whose devotion and attention often place them closest to Jesus in ways the culture of the time did not expect. Their presence highlights a broader social reach. This miracle touches men and women, insiders and outsiders, the marginalized and the devoted. Nearby stand skeptical religious leaders and curious onlookers, some hostile, some intrigued. Their presence raises the stakes. Authorities who will later conspire against Jesus are witnesses now, their skepticism a counterpoint to the faith around him. Finally, there may be the direct recipient of the miracle, sick, dead, blind, or possessed, whose restoration becomes the tangible sign of Jesus' authority. Together, this casts Jesus, his disciples, faithful women, skeptics, and the healed creates a microcosm of humanity gathered at a turning point, making the miracle not only an act of power, but a decisive moment of revelation and division. We begin by describing the miracle as it unfolds. In the hours before the crucifixion, Jesus gathers his closest followers in an intimate upper room. The scene is ordinary, a meal, low light, the quiet murmur of friends, but something extraordinary happens. Jesus takes bread, gives thanks, breaks it, and offers it to those present, saying, "This is my body." He takes a cup, offers it, and calls it his blood of the covenant. The act is simple in form, yet dense with meaning. The bread and wine are transformed not by visible magic, but by declaration and presence, becoming signs of sacrifice, covenant, and enduring life. The miraculous element lies in this transformation of ordinary elements into vehicles of spiritual reality, a physical sharing that makes a metaphysical promise tangible. The significance of this event is central. It serves as a final teaching, a liturgical gift, and a sacramental institution, a way for followers to participate in Jesus' impending sacrifice. Here the miracle functions both as a sign and a means, signifying his body broken and blood poured out, and providing a means for communal remembrance and spiritual union. It reshapes how community remembers suffering and redemption, creating ritual that endures across centuries. Examples help ground this. First, the Eucharist in Christian worship, breads and wine used in churches worldwide, traces directly to this moment. Whether in a small home gathering or a vast cathedral, millions enact this scene weekly, claiming continuity with that last meal. Second, the ritual's adoption in different traditions illustrates the miracle's adaptability. Roman Catholic theology speaks of transubstantiation, where bread and wine become Christ's body and blood in substance, while many Protestant communities emphasize a spiritual presence or symbolic memorial, both responses to the same event. Opinions on what exactly is miraculous vary. Some theologians emphasize metaphysical change. Others highlight the communal and covenantal transformation the ritual affects. Critics may argue the miracle is primarily symbolic, question supernatural claims, or view the act as a powerful social ritual rather than divine intervention. Potential challenges include divergent theological interpretations and debates over literal versus metaphorical readings. Yet regardless of these differences, the miracle links directly to other aspects of Jesus' final days: his teachings on servanthood, his prediction of betrayal, and the meaning of his impending death, serving as a hinge between word and sacrifice, intimacy, and the public drama to follow. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe for more videos.